In our previous video, we added both hot and cold piping and a sanitary piping where we use standard as a placeholder. In this video, we'll change the type of piping run to the correct sanitary type. We'll modify the size and location of pipes, and we'll connect two classroom sinks to the hot and cold water mains, and then copy the sinks and piping along the hallway. So first thing we'll look at is have a look at the sanitary piping we already have, and we're using a standard piping, so the connectors are incorrect at this point. Now rather than going around changing these connectors, what we're going to do is we're going to actually select the pipe run and change that pipe run. Now if I hover over one part of the piping and hit the tab key a number of times, it'll highlight the whole pipe. If I move the cursor away, you lose that selection. So tab a couple of times and then pick to select. This will allow us then to go and change the type, but as you can see, we'll need to filter out the floor drains. So the plumbing fixtures we don't want. So we go OK, and now you'll see the ribbon changes. So in here we'll see change type. So I'm going to remove it from the standard type, and then we're going to change it to the PVC type of piping in here. And as soon as we've done that, if we zoom in, you'll see the connectors are correct because it's using the correct pipe type. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to actually add the hot and cold piping to the sinks. At the moment, they're just running alongside the corridor. But before we do that, we need to tidy this up. So to see our piping, let's change this from medium to fine, and now you can see the pipe. Now we can easily just move a pipe and it'll stay connected just by picking and dragging. We can also select a pipe and change size. So we can see here we've got the 100mm piping where we could do with just 25mm. So let's select that and change that to 25mm. The nice thing is where it's connected, it'll just actually put a transition in for us. Do the second part. And there's a transition again. So let's tidy this piping up. Let's drag this in to above the wall. So that's both hot and cold for the lower section, and we'll do the top section while we're here. So next thing I need to do is connect these sinks in. So one way I can do this is selecting that particular sink. Let's do this in the lower level. So select my sink, and I've got my connect into option. We'll do the hot water in this case. All I do is go OK, and then select the hot water piping that we need to connect into. I could do this again with the cold water, or what I could do is actually go back to a section that I've already selected, and I can draw it in a section. First of all, I need to actually expand this section so I can actually see not only the sink above, but the actual pipe work that's right up higher. And later on we'll actually extend this so we can see the other sinks. So first thing I do is select a sink. There's our connector. Make sure I actually pick the right connector, and then if I drag this up, I can actually then connect to the cold water. So we use connect into, or I could just draw into section in a sectional view. In this case, we're going to actually use the connect into for the sink above, hot water, and then we select again and choose the cold water for connect into. You'll see the hot water's gone because that's already connected, and there's my connection to both of those sinks to the hot and cold water. So let's extend the section so we can see other sinks. We'll just do a couple of sinks here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to actually copy. So select a window selection, and I'm actually just going to use the copy. What I need to make sure is I've got a constraint on and multiple. All I do is then pick a common point and copy that across. So that's copied the sinks across for me, and I've actually got all the piping in there as well. So if you just open up the 3D plumbing view, you get a better view of what we've actually created there. I'm just going to change the view to fine so we can actually see the piping and the connectors in there, all automatically created for us. So that's modifying piping.